So, welcome back to Banter Arsenal Football Club. We have just been absolutely slapped apart up at Goodison Park. Lucky it was only 1-0 because genuinely, no joke, that could have been 5. The chances Everton missed were just unbelievable. We created next to nothing, literally. There was a chance from Aaron Ramsey that he put over the bar. Other than that, I don't really remember a chance. Did their keeper even make an actual save in the game? I can't remember one. That was just so limp and weak and spineless. It was unbelievable. Do these players want to get in the top 4? Because today it didn't seem like they wanted to. Too many of them. Let's start with the starting lineup. I think Emery had one eye on the Napoli game on Thursday. And yeah, whilst he's done great in the Europa League for Sevilla, yeah, that's fantastic. We're Arsenal. I don't care about Europa League right now when we're playing a Premier League game and we're currently 4th in the table. If we win, or had have won, we would have gone back up to 3rd and put a bit of daylight between the other 3. We didn't. We've lost. We fully deserved it. Fair play to Everton. They wanted it more than us. From the first minute, they were all over us. We're the only football club in the league that can turn Everton into a prime Barcelona. Calvert-Lewin just bullied all 3 of them centre-backs. Bernard was running rings like he was Messi. He was running rings around everybody. And on the other side, Richarlison. That was Monreal, one of Monreal's worst ever games for Arsenal Football Club. He was a disgrace today. Like I said, the starting lineup, I looked at it and everyone was in meltdown. It's getting a match day routine now that as soon as the starting lineup comes out, Arsenal Twitter goes into meltdown. I didn't want El Neni to start. I don't rate El Neni. I don't think he's a Premier League footballer, let alone an Arsenal Premier League footballer. But he started, so I was just like, okay, cool, we'll see what happens. He got hooked at half-time, and rightly so, because he was poor. I don't think that he was as bad as Mustafi or Monreal. They were shocking. They were really, really bad today. Maitland-Niles as well. It looked like he'd been out on the piss last night. Seriously, it was just like, wow, what are you doing, mate? Are you drunk? Couldn't pass the ball, couldn't tackle, couldn't run forward, kept running it out of play. It's like, what are you doing? Mesut Ozil again, what was he doing today? How is he captain? I don't get it. I genuinely don't get it. And I'm not singling them out before all you fanboys come at me and go, he weren't the worst player on the pitch. No, he wasn't. But he's our captain for the day and I expect better. He didn't want it. He didn't want it. None of them wanted it. Let's be real. They all walked around that pitch like, well, we're expected to win. We're just going to rock up and we're going to win. Pure arrogance. The substitutions at half-time, I thought they were good substitutions to make. Bringing Ramsey and Aubameyang on. How many touches did Aubameyang actually have? He did nothing. Absolutely nothing when he came on. And, you know, people keep telling me that he's a great striker, he's a top goal scorer, this and that. Yeah, that's fantastic. But when we're up against it, I expect our players to dig in, grind the result out and nick a draw if that's the best we can get. Go and nick a draw. Give everything, throw everything at them. They didn't do that today. And that's quite worrying. We've got Napoli on Thursday. And we're at home, obviously, first game. And I expect us to put in a better shift than that. We're at home, we do well at home. But after that, we've got Watford away. That is not going to be easy. And I thought today was going to be easier than Watford and Wolves and Leicester. Well, we've just lost. So what does that say? You know, do these players genuinely want to get in that top 4? Because to me, it doesn't look like it right now. Yeah, it's great stat padding and getting all your assist and pass stats and pass accuracy and key pass stats up at home against a team that are 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th in the league. These are the games where it matters, the away games. Not the home games. We all know we're good at home. We all know Newcastle are rubbish. So everyone bigging up all of our players after the game. Yeah, it was a fantastic win against Newcastle. Today was where it mattered. And today, they all disappeared. All of them. Not one of them players can walk off of that pitch and say, do you know what? I thought I played well today. Even Socrates. And again, he's now suspended for 2 games because he got another yellow card, which takes him to 10 yellow cards this season. I do think that he played better than most on the pitch, if I'm being honest, for us. He stopped it from being 5 at times. He made more blocks than Leno made saves. So, you know, but when you're up against Calvert-Lewin and there's 3 of you, how is that guy winning headers? Seriously, can somebody tell me that? You've got Socrates, you've got Monreal, and you've got Mustafi. Every single time that ball went up to Calvert-Lewin, he won the flick onto Richarlison or Bernard. Every time Bernard gets the ball, we're backing off and just letting him run rings round everyone. Why? Go and engage him, go and press him. Second half, I thought we'd done better. I thought the first 20 minutes of the second half, we looked like we'd stepped it up a little bit without really creating anything. Mkhitaryan, again, shocking. Like, what does he do? You know, it's all well and good playing well at home, like I've said, but you've got to do it away as well. And way too many of our players disappear in away games. And I don't know what it is. Is it a mental block? Is it the fact that they just don't fancy it? Are they not good enough? Well, we know the answer to that. A lot of them ain't good enough. That's a fact. But when you look at our home form, not just against lesser teams, but against bigger teams, or better teams, should I say, you know, the likes of Man United, Chelsea, you know, Man City. I know we lost to Man City, but we put up a better fight in that game against Man City than we did today against Everton. And it's like, why? What is the problem with us? Why can't we win a game or consistent run of games away from home? And to me, that comes down to a mentality of the players. When you've got Guendouzi and El Neni in midfield, you're always going to have, you know, half an eye on, oh my God, we could get run over here. We could get walked straight through today. That happened in the first half. You know, when you've got Mesut Ozil as captain, and again, I'm not singling him out, he's not captain material. He shouldn't have started. That was his first start in an away game since Boxing Day. And that game we drew. Other than that, I think the one before that was September. So he's only started 2 away games since September. I wouldn't start him in an away game again. Aaron Ramsey was on the bench, whether he was fit enough or not. If he's fit enough to make the bench, he's fit enough to play. And if Unai Emery was thinking that he could sit there and save players for Thursday against Napoli, that was a massive mistake. Because when Iwobi came on, I thought Iwobi tried hard. He was taking his man on. He was getting round people. But other than that, we were just shocking. Pickford never made any saves. Yeah, we won a series of corners across the game, but didn't really win any of the headers off the corners. Aubameyang did nothing. Ramsey, yeah, he done all right when he came on. Him and Iwobi, I thought, done pretty well when they came on. But other than that, it's like, you know, we could be sitting here right now discussing an embarrassing 5 or 6-0 loss to Everton today. That is not good enough. We are Arsenal Football Club. Arsenal Football Club. Yes, we only got away with a 1-0, and that's embarrassing in itself. But genuinely, that could have been 5 today. And I ain't even exaggerating. Any of you that have watched the game, that could have been 5-0 today. And maybe it was the Europa League factor. Maybe the fact that they all thought, oh, well, we don't want to go too hard today in case we get injured, or, you know, in case we end up missing out the game on Thursday. No, wrong mentality. You win today's game, then you play Thursday. That's how I see it. Have I got this wrong? Because too many times this season, we have gone 2 games away from home with just the wrong attitude. And like, we've got away with some of them. We've nicked wins, we've got draws. But again, like when we played Southampton, we got back in that game against Southampton away, and we end up losing. Against West Ham, that was like today. Just walking around the pitch, nobody cared. Nobody wanted it. Sideways, backwards. No end product, no creativity, no endeavour, no like passion and will to win, and somebody grabbing hold of that team and going, do you know what? We ain't losing today. Where was that? Where was that today? And we've had that a few times this season. I'm not going to have a full meltdown over it because we're currently still 4th in the table and we've all played the same games now. So, you know, Chelsea have got a game on Tuesday. Sorry, I'm lying. They haven't got a game on Tuesday. I don't know when their game is. It may be Tuesday. I doubt it because they're playing Thursday, but I'm sure I'm sure Alan Smith said they're playing Tuesday. I may have got that wrong, but I'm just so wound up. It's just like, you know, you get on a run of form, you're scoring goals, you're keeping clean sheets, and then within 10 minutes of a game, you gift Gjorgjievski. We turned him into a prime Sergio Ramos today. Do you know what I mean? The geezer's first goal for 2 years this month. 2 years. First game he's played for God knows how long, and he scores. That is the most Arsenal thing we can take out of today. Gjorgjievski only came in because Keane was injured in the warm-up or felt ill or sick or whatever. That's the only reason Gjorgjievski started today's game. And his first goal for 2 seasons. And it comes against Santa Claus Arsenal. Here you go, handing out gifts left, right and centre. Well done, Arsenal. Well done. But like I said, we are still fourth in the table, so let's have a little bit of perspective on it. Although it is quite hard doing this straight after the game. When I'll be honest with you, I was sat there watching that game, and all the way through the second half, I'm sitting there thinking to myself, the second goal's coming in a minute. We have not done nothing, and we're leaving gaps everywhere. And like I said, it never came in the end, but that was so embarrassing today, and it was just lucky it wasn't even more embarrassing than 1-0. And we need to wipe our mouths, move on, get training properly this week, and get ready and up for Napoli. And hopefully we can beat Napoli at home. We're good at home, like I've said. And we're going to have to beat them, in my opinion, because we're shocking away from home right now. Especially in the Europa League as well. We've lost our last 2 Europa League away games to Barté and to Rennes. So anyway, let me know your guys' thoughts on the game, your thoughts on the game today. Leave it all in the comment section down there. I'll be back tomorrow to do my player ratings. That should be fun because there weren't any outstanding performers on the pitch. So don't expect any really great marks for players, but subscribe, stick a thumbs up, share the content around. Let's get this channel up to 10k. Until tomorrow when I do my player ratings, I'm out of here. Laters, peeps.